Hey everyone, welcome to Bookish Nook, and today I'm doing a book review of Red Hill by Jamie McGuire. Before we begin, I'd just like to show everyone that this is my special signed edition that I ordered from Amazon a few months ago. Alright, her book is about the zombie apocalypse, and it's written from three different people's perspective. We have Scarlett, Nathan, and Miranda. Scarlett and Nathan are adults, whereas Miranda is 19 or 18, I think. The book follows from the beginning to, not the end of the apocalypse, but I guess you could say more the middle of the apocalypse. So we follow Scarlett the most, I think, in the book, and she is a nurse who has two kids and she's divorced. Once the zombie apocalypse breaks out, she manages to get away from work and she's on her way to find her kids, who her husband has for the weekend. Her goal in the book is to find her kids. Nathan is married, unhappily married, to, I can't remember her name, it's not important, with a daughter. He picks up his daughter from school and the zombie apocalypse breaks out, so he rushes home to get his wife and finds that she has left him that day. So he takes his daughter and leaves. Then we follow Miranda, who is with her sister and their boyfriends on their way to their father's cottage, which is on Red Hill. What I really liked about the story is that all the characters' perspectives were intertwined. There are some really cool parts in the book where we see something happening and then maybe a few chapters later a different character, like drives by or goes through that scene, so they're all connected. I gave this book a 4 out of 5 stars on Goodreads, and it is definitely worth the read if you like The Walking Dead or zombies or anything. And there is a love story intertwined, but it doesn't take the back burner, but it's not at the forefront of the story at all. So I really enjoyed it, and it was really well written. Jamie McGuire is a really good author. So I recommend it for anyone who likes zombies. Alright, to the spoiler review portion of the story. Alright. I did not like Miranda's perspective at all. I thought that her and her sister were annoying. But I guess that's what happens when you're 18. You don't really understand what's going on. I think that they made some stupid decisions along the way. And one of them was, I thought that just keeping the car, because they're traveling in a Beetle, was just stupid because of how small and limited it is. But apart from that, I guess her perspective wasn't all that bad. Scarlett was an incredibly strong female character, and her single most drive was finding her children, but she ends up falling in love with Nathan and Nathan with her. And she ends up falling in love with Nathan's daughter, which I'll get to in a second. There was a big conflict for her between falling in love with Nathan and being happy and not having her children with her. And I thought that Jamie McGuire did a good job of portraying the conflict that she was feeling and the difficulty she was having coming to terms with, being happy when potentially her children were dead or not happy themselves. But it was nice to see when they come back that they're okay. But when they come back, which is pretty much almost the end of the novel, some other characters die. And Miranda is one of them. And I thought that was okay. Her death didn't really affect me that much because I didn't really have much of an emotional attachment to her. But it was pretty sad, and I kind of felt like near the end Scarlett was really selfish because, all she wanted to do and was putting everyone at risk for finding her kids. And I understand that, her kids are important, but she was putting everyone at risk by going out and clearing the path and just killing zombies just for the sake of killing them. So, but overall, I think that her character was really well done, and I actually enjoyed reading her. Nathan's daughter, on the other hand, is a completely different story, and what I liked about the inclusion of his daughter, was the fact that I think she was autistic. I'm not really 100% sure, and it doesn't specifically say, or that she has some sort of learning disability, but I'm almost 100% sure she was autistic. And that was nice to see a child who doesn't fully adapt into this new world perfectly, because it seems like in almost every zombie movie or story that the child, they get off onto a rough start, and then it's like they're immersed into this world as if nothing has ever happened, as this has been what it's been like forever. So that was really nice. So yeah, I think that overall this was a really good story, and I really enjoyed this take on the zombie apocalypse. One thing about the ending is that they decide to stay at Red Hill. Now, they had the choice between staying here and going to a military compound with a bunch of other people that the military was guarding. And at first, I did not like this decision at all to stay here because of, I guess, it was just the few of them and they were running low on supplies and etc., etc. But then I really thought about it, and it may have been a smart decision, because usually what happens with big groups is that once, one infected gets in, or like the wall breaks down and infected get in, everyone is turned and everyone dies, and it's literally a fight for survival, everyone for themselves. So I think that was a smart decision, but it wasn't at the same time, and I guess in a situation like this, you have to make your best judgment call, and that was theirs. So I really enjoyed this book, and I would definitely recommend it for anyone who likes The Walking Dead or zombies in general, because it does set the tone. You feel scared. You feel like at any moment you could die as you're reading this novel. So I think that it portrayed the zombie apocalypse very realistically. I mean, as realistic as zombies can be. But I think it did a fantastic job of bringing that to life, especially considering everyone was comparing it to The Walking Dead, and I figured they would have some big shoes to fill, because I really like The Walking Dead, and it does set the tone as similar to The Walking Dead. So yes, that's my review, and I hope everyone who's had a chance to read it can comment down and tell me what you liked and what you didn't like, and love to talk about it. All right.